So here's the most beginner-friendly way to start making some money online. And this is coming from somebody who's been in online marketing and advertising for 8+ years. More like 10 or 12 now, holy shit. Anyhow, I have done everything. I've tried every sort of like complex funnel you can think of. I've run very simple funnels. I've done e-commerce. I've done lead generation, coaching and consulting, all sorts of stuff. VSLs, Reddit, all sorts of different types of organic marketing. But here's the thing. After seeing all these different business models and working with tons of different companies on their ads and seeing their flows and processes and getting a behind the scenes look at how all these businesses function, and then also running multiple businesses of my own, I've really boiled it down to really just one thing that beginners can be the most successful with. And it comes down to really knowing two things: knowing how to get traffic and knowing how to sell something that people want, or knowing how to sell a good offer. Let me explain a little bit more. So as somebody who's starting out, one of the silliest things that you could do is start your own business. And what I mean by that is like actually create a back-end business that requires your time and energy, your financial investment, and business savvy, business know-how, because you don't have any of that in the beginning and you don't really understand how business works. And so if you're gonna jump into something like that right away, you're gonna go to the school of hard knocks and you're gonna learn a bunch of shitty lessons along the way, and they will harden you and they will teach you things, and then you'll be able to improve from there. But that's the hard way to start. So for example, let's say you wanna sell e-com products, or you wanna create and sell your own product, and you get enough money to buy a bunch of products, you get them shipped to your house, then you package them all up, and then you ship them out to Amazon, or you get them ready to sell on your store or whatever. Then you go through the whole process of trying to promote and sell them. You're gonna run into a bunch of problems and complications along the way. And if you actually end up making sales, you're gonna be the one sending it all out. And then eventually you'll find like, oh my gosh, I need to outsource all this work to someone else. And then you'll understand how expensive it is to outsource a lot of this work to someone else. There's just a whole lot more that goes into these businesses that people are pitching online than you could really ever imagine as someone starting out. When you're starting out, the world's your oyster. You're like, I'm just gonna figure it out, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna become a millionaire. And that's great. But 90% of people who start out on that journey are gonna flop, and it might take a couple of years for you to even figure out how shitty you are at this particular type of business that you're trying to grow. So what do? Instead of starting your own business, and I preach this all the time, instead of starting your own business, find someone else's product or service that you can promote and just focus on driving traffic through organic content, through ads, through an email list, through other means of organic marketing, and just fucking figure out how to be a traffic master and learn how to be an internet sales person. Okay? Back in the day, you used to get hired and paid a shit ton of money if you could sell for someone, right? As a salesperson, salespeople made the most money. If you are a digital salesperson and you understand how to make sales online via content, traffic, email list, other forms of organic marketing, if you can command sales and you're a digital salesperson, you will make the most money. Now, the key is to sell somebody else's shit so that you can truly be like a salesperson, make the sale, and move on. And then you can live your life of freedom. And you can make 10, 20, 30, 50, even $100,000 a month or more as a digital salesperson. And you never have to touch the product. You don't have to do customer service. You don't have to do any of the hard shit that is actually involved in a business. And that's the best situation that you could possibly have. And once you have enough money and you know how to make sales because you're the fucking man and you're the digital salesperson of the fucking year, once you know how to do all that shit and you know how to make all the money and you've seen into the different business models because you're promoting other people's shit, then you can be like, you know what, I'm gonna start my own thing, and you can go ahead and complicate the shit out of your life with your own business. Now, let me just say this. I'm connected with a dude in my group. If you want to join the group, the link's down below. Connected with a dude in my group who has an affiliate program for his thing. And he used to be an affiliate. Then he created his own thing, and in 2 years he did 7 million in sales. Amazing, right? That sounds great. But through chatting with him, he was like, if I could go back to being an affiliate and making $50,000 to $100,000 a month, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I've just built out my business and gone too far with this to go back. And he basically said he's a bit regretful of starting his own business because now he has a team. He's got to pay like payroll taxes and all that shit and counting. And he's got so much going on the back end to be able to facilitate the customer influx from his affiliates. So basically he's a slave to his affiliates, and yes, he owns the business and it's great and all that stuff, and he does make a ton of money doing it, but he's working 10 times harder, and the payoff isn't nearly as much as it was when he was just living a life of freedom being an affiliate. Okay, and I see this time and time and time and time again. My battery cut out there. So focus on being the digital salesperson. And then here's the other thing. Once you have a lock on that, once you are a digital salesperson, let's call it, and you understand the content, you've got command over traffic, once you're that guy, like, you can do whatever you want. You can partner with companies and be like, yo, if you want to promote your shit on my channels, you got to pay me. Or I can send a bunch of traffic to this, but you got to give me a better deal, right? You have all the power. Like, you could go to a VC firm and be like, yo, I've got an audience. I know how to run ads. I've got a huge email list. Let's partner up and I'll market the shit out of your fucking software, but I want a piece, right? You now have all the power. You are the fucking man if you do that. So there's really no point in doing anything but being the traffic master and being the digital salesperson, because in any situation, it gives you all the power. When you're working with other companies, you have all the power. And if you have your own company, you're able to drive all the traffic and sales yourself. So you're the fucking man. All right, so think about that. Hope this helps. If you're interested in learning more about digital marketing and fucking making money online, click that link below and join my group. You can get access to fucking proven funnels that print money and have printed money in the past, and you can just go duplicate that shit. And you can also, be part of the community, ask questions, share what you're working on, get feedback, and attend live calls and all that shit. See ya.